Now, as you can see, this is really very noisy. How can we increase the quality of our render, which is very important on this situation? So the way you do that, remember here on the rendering, we have different options, but the most important one is going to be the pixel samples. The other thing that's also going to be relevant is here on the object section, on the light, you will have a sampling quality here. So let's say I'm going to increase the sampling quality to 2, or let's say 4. It's going to take a really long time or it's going to take a lot longer to render this out. But it's not going to take as much, as long as if I were to increase the same amount on a global parameter, like here on the out. If I increase this to 12 or something like that, that's going to take forever. Okay, but so I'm just increasing the sampling for the light effect. Of course, I will need to increase this a bit as well. So let's say 4 by 4, and the maximum raise, I'm going to increase it to 8. But again, I'm going to go back to the light, and the light's going to be I'm going to increase the sampling quality to 3. You can also do a snapshot of what you have. Just click this little button here, snapshot. That way we will be able to compare. And having done this, you can just hit render and wait for it. It's going to take a bit longer to render than before, but the result should have a lot less noise. Let's go to this section here. I'm just clicking on this section so that it jumps to this section. As you can see, it's a lot less noisy. Of course, it could be better. It could still be cleaner, but this is already just showing that we're going on the right direction. It doesn't take that long to render, so in this case, we won't have any trouble just going to our... You can either increase the sampling quality here to 4. You can also go to our mentor node and increase the pixel samples to 6 by 6, which is kind of a pretty standard value for final images. The maximum ray samples, I don't think we'll need more, but let's have a look if that's going to be enough. Let me stop this and just make a snapshot so you can see before, after, and now we're going to render another one that's even cleaner than this one. Of course, it takes a lot longer. Okay, so it's not cleaning all that much, and the reason for that is because I'm kind of blocking it, establishing a limit of the maximum ray samples of 8, or the noise level is still too high. So I'm going to put this to 12 and reduce the threshold to 0.005. Now this, you should notice that it gets slower, but it gets cleaner. Already, if you compare with the previous one, the first one was terrible. The second one was on the right track, but this one is cleaner. Okay, so you get the point. Now I'm just going to stop this, and I'm actually going to do this for both. And the only thing, just pretty much the same thing we have here. So I'm just going to copy this. And the main difference, besides the name, so let's go secondary lighting, and here on the images, the output, I'm going to make sure that instead of main, it says secondary lighting. And finally, on the objects, we need to tell it the force, the object that we want to render is Iron Man, so that this is fine. But here on the force lights, we need to create another light. So go to object, we only have this one. It's exactly the same thing. The only difference is that it's the sec. And we need to change, let me go to the object view, let me hide this one. So this one will have a different name structure when we're selecting the object that we want. It's going to be the ray sec. Okay, and we grab all the secondary rays. Now going to the output, we just we can connect this already, and here we just select the other one, RaySec. They have the same quality because I just copied one to the other, and the same camera, images, the name is already corrected. So we're good to go. All we need to do is just, I'm gonna hit save. I'm gonna save this file, and after that I'm just gonna hit render to disk and wait for it to finish the render. Now that the render is finished, let's have a look at what we have. So this is gonna be the effect of light and reflection on the surface of Iron Man for the main rays, and for the secondary rays we have this. Cool. Now we can move on to the, just gonna save and move on to the sparks.